Hi, have you ever heard about dengue before? Growing up in Malaysia, I always heard about how dangerous dengue virus is. But do you know what is exactly a dengue virus? Dengue virus is mosquito-borne disease of major public health concern associated with the significant morbidity, mortality, and economic cost. Dengue virus caused by the infection of any four dengue virus serotype from DNV1 to DNV4. DNV infection may result in mild flu-like syndromes or more known as dengue fever to potentially life-threatening dengue shock syndrome (DSS). Currently, dengue remains endemic in Malaysia, but now dengue also has become a disease that affects nearly 3.9 billion people globally, especially in intertropical regions. Symptoms of dengue fever include fever, nausea, vomiting, rash, and itches, while symptoms of dengue shock syndromes are severe bleeding and shock. If dengue are left to be untreated, the mortality can be as high as 20%. But how exactly the dengue virus spread?
Do you know how dengue spread? So this is how we were infected by dengue. But how? When a mosquito bites a person who has dengue virus in his or her blood, the mosquito becomes infected with the dengue virus. An infected mosquito can later transmit that virus to a healthy person by biting them. Dengue cannot be spread directly from one person to another, and mosquito is needed in the transmission of dengue virus. The dengue virus is spread through human to mosquito to human cycle of transmission. But can any type of mosquito carry dengue? Actually, the dengue virus is spread and carried by the mosquito in the genus Aedes, which includes the number of mosquito species. The primary vector of the dengue virus are Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. These mosquitoes live near humans in tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Female Aedes aegypti become dengue vectors after feeding on the blood of the person infected with the dengue virus. Infected mosquitoes continue to transmit dengue with each blood meal for the rest of their life. Aedes aegypti have a complex life cycle that includes aquatic and terrestrial stages. These mosquitoes lay their eggs inside containers and new Aedes aegypti hatch when the containers are filled with water. Dengue poses greatest risk in highly populated regions with rainy season where there are large population of Aedes species with high degree of contact between human and mosquitoes such as Brazil, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka. Therefore, we must prevent dengue epidemics from becoming a serious public health issue in Malaysia through vaccination.
So, dengue vaccine works by priming the immune system to recognize and combat the dengue virus through exposure to its antigen. Let me show you how does the vaccine works. So the first step is introduction of antigen. The vaccine contains live and attenuated versions of the four dengue virus serotypes, which are dengue virus 1, dengue virus 2, dengue virus 3, and dengue virus 4. These weakened viruses cannot cause severe disease, but it can stimulate the immune system. Then, when the vaccine is administered, the immune system recognizes the attenuated viruses as foreign invaders. This triggers the immune response where the body starts producing specific antibodies against all four serotypes of the dengue virus. Next, the immune system B cells produce antibodies specific to the dengue virus antigens. These antibodies can neutralize the virus if the vaccinated person is exposed to it in the future. Then, the immune response also includes the creation of memory B and T cells. These cells remember the dengue virus antigens and it remain in the body for a long time. If the individual is exposed to the dengue virus later, these memory cells can quickly respond and produce antibodies to fight the virus. And when a vaccinated person is later exposed to the dengue virus, their immune system can rapidly recognize and neutralize the virus and prevent development of severe disease or reducing its severity.
And that's how the vaccine works.
For example of dengue vaccine, we have two dengue vaccine have been licensed, which are Dengue CHY3205 developed by Sanofi Pasteur, and then Q Dengue TAK003 developed by Takeda. Okay, for Dengue or we call CYD-TDV, it was the first dengue vaccine to be licensed. It is a live recombinant tetravalent vaccine dengue given as a 3-dose series with 6-month interval beam doses for individual aged 9 till 45 years or 9 till 60 years, depending on the country's specific regulatory approvals, living in dengue endemic countries or area. And then it requires individual to have pre-vaccination screening for previous dengue virus infection. Only those who test positive should receive this vaccine. Because of the requirement of pre-vaccination screening, this vaccine is currently not being widely used. Secondly, we have dengue or we call TAK003. TAK003 is the second dengue vaccine to be licensed. It is a leaf attenuated vaccine containing weakened version of dengue virus serotypes 1, 2, 3 and 4 developed by Takeda. It used the DENV2 strain as the genomic backbone, and then this vaccine schedule is a 2-dose series 3 months apart, giving to specific age group and in specific circumstances according to WHO recommendations.
So, what are the advantages of dengue vaccine? Well, there are several benefits of dengue vaccine. Dengue vaccines are designed to provide protections against the dengue virus, significantly reducing the overall burden of the disease in endemic areas. They can achieve up to 80% protections against all 4 strands of the dengue virus, which are Dengue1, Dengue2, Dengue3, and Dengue4. By preventing severe forms of dengue such as dengue hemorrhagic fever and dengue shock syndrome, vaccine leads to reduce hospitalizations and lower the risk of mortality associated with severe dengue. Dengue vaccines have been shown to reduce hospitalization rates by up to 90.4%, easing the strain on healthcare system. They can administer to anyone from 4 to 60 years old, suitable for children and also adults. There's no need to test for dengue immunity before vaccination. This is simplifying the vaccination process. Dengue vaccines can be administered regardless of whether individuals have been had fever previously. They contribute to a public health efforts by reducing the spreads of dengue virus within the communities. This is helping to control the outbreaks. Vaccination provides long-lasting immunity against dengue infection, offering sustained protections over several years. This long-term immunity helps to maintain lower transmission rates of the dengue virus and reduce the risk of resurgence in vaccinated population. In conclusion, dengue was identified as one of the 10 threats to global health in 2019 by WHO. Since the dengue virus is spread to mosquito bites, there are high possibility for unpredictable nature of dengue outbreaks. By taking the dengue vaccine scheduled ideally, it should be able to prevent the dengue outbreaks or even better, effectively prevent the epidemics in the long term. Someone once said that prevention is better than cure, and I believe by taking the vaccines, together we can prevent the dengue outbreaks. So, I think that's all from us. Thank you.